two people come to the well. Jesus comes to the well, Jacob's well, sacred to both the Samaritan and the Jew. He's thirsty. The woman comes to the well, and we know from the story that this woman in some way is broken. Another way to put it is she's out of soul. Out of soul. She has had 5 husbands, probably not the most accepted at the local dinner parties around town or around the other wives. But all of her life brought her to this moment, and all of a sudden it comes together. And she says, and as you listen to her speak, you can almost hear the sound of need, the sound of her brokenness, the sound of wanting to be healed, wanting to be accepted, wanting to be valued. And she says, I've been drinking out of this same well for too many years. And I'm seeking something more in my life. And she turns to Jesus and says, give me this water that you speak about, because I'm parched. My life is dry. I need more. Jesus is thirsty, and she is thirsty. One is physically thirsty, and the other is soul thirsty. That inner thirst. But they both share something in common. They both share a common humanity, and both are the image of God. One image of God needs water. One image of God needs her soul put back together. But both of them are in need. One that we call Jesus, the Son of God. The one that we call the Samaritan woman. At the end of the story, we know that the whole town comes out. The community itself finds its soul, its connection, its heart, its humanity as one. Where do they find that? They find that in the person of Jesus. There's a God connection that's made. And it's made at that well. The same well we come to, the same well that we have been drinking out of for many, many years, but the same well that we seek to provide us with living water. I believe that today in the church, the body of Christ is thirsty. The body of Christ is thirsty for the life of the Spirit. And somehow we need to be able to rediscover the soul of the church. A couple of weeks ago I talked to you about Catholicism and our religion being merely descriptive, where we fill in the blank. What are you? I'm a Presbyterian, I'm a Lutheran, I'm a Catholic. Or where our Catholicism defines our very life. It defines who we are not only on Sunday but Monday. It defines who we are not only in public but in private. And somehow our Catholicism hopefully provides us with that God connection. St. Paul tells us, how do we know if we have that God connection? We know that because the Spirit of God fills our life. And that Spirit of God, according to St. Paul, is identified by the way we live. And what will we experience? Or what should we be experiencing in our life or our life as a church community? We should be experiencing joy and peace, patience and kindness, goodness and trust, gentleness and humility, poverty and purity of motives, generosity and mercy and compassion, justice and truth. All of those gifts of the Spirit, all those fruits of the Spirit define who we are. And that's what we take out from here. So we need to find our soul. That's why we have this Lenten season, to find out who we are. What is the soul that connects us? Or wherever we are in our lives, somehow we need the soul of Christ the servant. God bless you.